Now for global business updates, Rotus Oddiri joins us. Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, Dr. Abasi. Good morning, Vimbai. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning to all our viewers out there. Coming to you from our lovely Abuja studios. We're going to kick off with oil prices this morning as we're finally going to be rounding off the year. Brent crude 73.83, just down about 52 basis points early this morning. West Texas, which is North American grade, down to about 4 basis points. Remember, we're talking about the crude drawdowns that we saw on Friday, which actually showed a lot of demand based on holiday travel in the United States. So the Energy Information Agency brought that in. So that's what we're seeing as far as oil. $70, it looks like it's been the average for the latter part of this year. Moving from there to the Asian markets, of course, things continue to stay in the red mostly. Although the Shanghai Composite Index in mainland China, that was up by about 21 basis points. Your Kospi, I mean, with the tragedy, we'll get to the aviation tragedy in a second, but the Kospi down by 22 basis points. It was actually up earlier in the trading day, but fell lower. There was some industrial data that came out where you saw a bit of a slowdown in industrial activity over in Korea. The Hang Seng in Hong Kong down by about 6 basis points, and your Nikkei 225 in Japan down as well. So, yeah, we do get to, of course, the unfortunate tragedy that took place with the airline, Jeju Airline. And Jeju Air, of course, you know, you've talked about it extensively, worst airline disaster in Korea's history. This is an airline that has only been around for just under 20 years, never had any fatalities. And this unfortunate incident, we should be getting some reports from official investigations over the next two months to maybe about 18 months to find out what exactly happened, with everybody suggesting it was a bird strike to the hydraulic failure, landing gear not happening. But if we take a look at the airline stocks, we decided to take a look at the airline stock. Jeju Air fell to a low. It's down by about 8.7% in early trading. This is airline stocks in Korea, because the Kospi is down and so is the Kodak. Korean Airlines, in fact, by the way, year to date, Jeju Air is down 36%. This again it speaks to the weakness in the Korean index so far this year. Korean Airlines, that's about 2.7% down, down 5% for this year. Jin Air, down 3.74%, 20% year to date. So Asiana Airlines, that was up about almost a percentage and a half, 1.5%, but down 8.5%. And then T-Way Air down 9.36%. So across the board, save for Asian Airlines, Korean stocks were down, led, of course, by Jeju Air. So pretty unfortunate. Still sticking with Korea, you have to ask who did Korea offend? Because it's been a really, really turbulent time for Korea. You've had President Yoon Suk-yeol impeached. You had his replacement, Han Dok-soo. He was impeached after a couple weeks. You had that Jeju air crash with 179 people dead. The Kospi is the worst performing index in the Asia Pacific region. The Korean won about a week or so this month fell to a 15-year low to the US dollar. And that time it was trading about 1,448. I think it's fallen to about 1,472 or so last I checked. So, you know, it's just been, you know, a really terrible time. We've got political turmoil, you've got this terrible tragedy, you've got a 7-day mourning. So I just across the board, Korea is just in the doldrums, and we you know, really commiserate with the victims and with everything else that is going on from there. We go from Korea over to the United States. I'm not sure if you've been following the MAGA immigration showdown, where the camp has been split over H-1B visas. You've got Laura Loomer, who calls herself a political activist and an influencer, a very racist individual who is very on the fringe far right of this MAGA movement, but a big supporter of President Trump. You've got Elon Musk, of course, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Trump. So what happened? Trump appointed Shriram Krishnan as the advisor on artificial intelligence for the White House Science and Technology outfit. He's going to be working with David Sachs, who Trump appointed as his crypto czar. What's happened here is that he's an Indian American that Trump appointed, and you had folks like Loomer and other on the very far right of the MAGA movement saying that these immigrants are using H-1B visas, which are for high-skilled individuals, are taking away jobs from Americans. Elon Musk has come out, and Vivek Ramaswamy or the Silicon Valley side of MAGA, which support Trump, are saying that we need more of these H-1B visas. In fact, he had a viral tweet, if we put it up on the screen for you, where he was responding to someone who was trying to troll him with respect to this particular matter. And he says, look, H-1B visas are something that he himself has used. That is Musk, saying he has used them, Tesla, SpaceX. I think we have the tweet. If we don't, I'm just going to paraphrase that. Basically, that okay, yeah. So we do have the tweet. So he says that basically these essentially are the reason why America is where it is today, and that him and his companies have used that. And then we kind of blotted it out because that's why the tweet went viral. He told the individual to go and blank your face, and that he's going to go to war on this matter, the likes of which no one can comprehend. Trump finally came out and responded to the firestorm. He was speaking to the New York Post, and he granted an interview over the weekend where he said, I've always liked the visas. I have always been in favor of the visas. That's why we have them. I have many H-1B visas on my properties. I've been a believer in H-1B. I've used it many times. It's a great program. So he's, I mean, look, you think about the fiscal support he's gotten from Musk and the likes. It's going to be interesting seeing how this divide plays out, and this issue of immigration and skills and so on and so forth. To round off with Nigeria, I think it is worth noting that Nigeria has a Yuletide season with no fuel queues. I think that is a welcome development and something that folks can say, look, we don't have to stay in queues and be impacted with our travel and so on and so forth. So that, I think, is as Nigerians go into 2025, something that we can note as we close out the year. That is our update.
All right, Rotus, thank you so much for that, and thanks for ending on a positive note. I did fill up yesterday at 940 as opposed to 1,080 naira. So small improvement, but let's celebrate all the small wins. Thank you so much for your time today, Rotus.